The next story is not really as tragic, to some anyway. Jay Leno sat down with Oprah today to give his take on the whole Tonight Show fiasco. So, was Jay stung by Conan's barbs or NBC's treatment of him? Here to give me the Leno lowdown are Gary Rosen, publicist, and they always know everything, and president of Gary Rosen Communications, and author and comedian. They always know everything. He also Jim Norton, and a contributor to the Jay Leno show. So, you guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks,
Jim, you have a little, you're prejudiced.
A little responsibility in
Yeah,
the show
baby.
being yanked, yes.
Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, how responsible? What's going on?
Well, I mean, look, it's amazing to me how many people are acting like Jay's a criminal because he was #1, they asked him to leave, and then he wants to go back to his old show and they offer it to him. What was he supposed to do? Just sit home and look at the window? It's like people are so dumb. The guy was great at what he did, and they're angry that he wants to go back when he's offered when Conan had a tough time. It's just silly.
Let's look at something. So many people have been vilifying Leno that he tells Oprah he started to question himself. Listen to this.
I always thought that you're doing the right thing. I always felt I was doing the right thing. And you go, how can you do the right thing and just have it go so wrong? Maybe I'm not doing the right thing, I would say. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. This many people are angry and upset over a television show.
Did you ever ask yourself, well, am I being selfish?
Sure. Yeah, you ask yourself that every day.
And your answer was? Is?
I don't think so.
Now, Gary, you're a publicist,
Right.
and it looks as though Jay is in full damage control here. How is he
Absolutely.
doing with that?
I think it was a great move, Joy,
go on Oprah? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. He needed a forum, and he needed an extended period of time. She had him on for an hour. He wasn't a soundbite on Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight. He told his side of the story, and she let him tell his side of the story. And I think it was misunderstood prior to him doing this. I don't think there's any negative. We'll see how the papers play it tomorrow, but I don't think if you were going in that it was going to be worse for Jay Leno after doing this. I think he's going to convert some of his fans back to his side.
So if you were his publicist,
Yes.
you would say go on Oprah. You wouldn't say go on the Joy Behar show?
I would say that tomorrow. I would. I would say go on the Joy Behar show tomorrow, full hour. But no, absolutely. Go on Oprah. It's a huge audience.
Yeah.
Everyone watches her. Everyone respects her. And he told his side of the story. Look, in 2004, he said, I'm going to give a Tonight Show to Conan O'Brien 5 years later. It's the first time he said he was devastated. Of course he was devastated.
Well, he didn't like it.
Of course.
Right?
Why should
Right,
he
Jay?
like it?
He didn't like it.
No, he was towing the company line, which is why he's a success, and I've aspired to mediocrity, because I would have shot my big mouth off and blown the gig. You know, he just said, all right, let's just stay #1, and he did, and he made himself indispensable.
Yes.
He's a smart guy for doing that.
He's a hard worker, is what he is. Oprah told Leno what she and a lot of other viewers thought when he took a pot shot at Letterman's infidelity after Letterman took a low blow at him. Take a look.
Oh, I thought, whoa. You know what? I thought that was beneath you, actually. I thought, why did you step into
Because
that?
it was, but how many jokes of that have I done? One. I did one joke in the middle of the week, and I never did another one. Because I said I had a cheap shot thrown at me, I threw one cheap shot back, and I moved on.
Okay, you know what the cheap shots were.
Absolutely.
Okay, but let me just remind the audience that Letterman took a cheap shot at Leno, saying that he basically stole material, you know, which is, that is a complete sin to comedians. To accuse somebody, right? It's like stealing one of your children in a certain way. We don't like that.
No, it's the worst insult.
So that was nasty.
Right, the worst insult to a comic. And I was so happy that Leno took the gloves off. I mean, I like Dave. I think Dave is funny, and he's a good comic, and he was doing what he should be doing. But I wanted to see Leno take the gloves off, and he did, and he should have.
So Leno went back at Letterman and made a joke about his wife.
Right.
Now, a lot of people say that was pretty bad, too. I mean,
Listen, you're a comedian. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
The bottom line is Letterman was beating him up every single night. And funny. Television doesn't get any better than this. I mean, Conan was funny. Letterman was funny. Leno was funny. He took a shot back. You've always said that, nothing's really off limits.
I know. But, the ratings all went up for all of them. Nobody
Absolutely.
really lost that much.
And when Jay comes back, the ratings will be blockbuster for the first week. He should really have Hugh Grant on. Hugh Grant should ask him, so what were you thinking?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that was the tipping point for his ratings.
Absolutely.
Now, let me ask you, Jim, if you got the $35 million to not work like Conan did, what would you do?
I'd probably be dead within a week in a hotel.
Why?
I'd relapse on drugs, prostitutes. It would be an ugly scene.
It would?
Yeah, no dignity whatsoever.
Well, so just give me briefly, what do you think is next for Conan?
I think Conan's going to probably go to Fox. I think he can compete at 11:30 on a younger network. It wasn't the right fit for him.
Right.
For NBC for 11:30. They should never have taken Jay off to begin with. He's going to go back. Is he going to be #1 initially he will be, but then he's going to have to wait it out with Dave. He has to win back the public.
Are you going to continue to be on Jay's show?
I hope so.
I hope
really
so
do
too, Jim. You're very good. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. A little later, I'll be talking to my pal Whoopi Goldberg, so stick around.